Good morning guys and welcome back to another video. Ta-da! Today I am going to be telling you guys what it's like being a dance teacher. First of all guys, I have to say it's literally pouring it down outside, so I don't know if you could hear the rain, but if you can, we're just going to pretend that we're just doing some back-in like Zen music. I don't know. So, how did I actually become a dance teacher? When I graduated from my university, well, when I graduated it was in a lockdown. As lockdown started to slowly lift, kids started to go back to school. In this time, I decided, because obviously there's no performance opportunities happening, that I was just going to teach dance, because at least then I'm doing some good, I'm still dancing, I'm sharing my knowledge. Yeah. So I started off by looking... Where did I go? What did I do? So I started off by looking on Indeed. Indeed is basically a website where you just find jobs. So I went on there and I found a street dance job, and so I applied for it and I actually didn't get that job, but I still stayed in contact with the guy that ran the company sort of thing, and then later on he actually did offer me a job. Yes, that's how that one happened. My contemporary teaching job I found by literally walking past the studio. I knew it was a new studio because I used to live in that area, and I literally looked in and I was like, this is an amazing studio. The studio literally looks beautiful. So I just walked in. No, I didn't walk in. I don't know why I said that. Outside they had an email that I could contact. So I literally just wrote the email down and emailed him. And legit, I'm not even joking, like 10 minutes later he literally called me and was like, yes, I want you to be our contemporary teacher. And I was like, okay. And then the last teaching job that I have is kind of recent, and that job is basically teaching in primary schools. So it's not just teaching dance, but also like kind of multi-sports and that sort of vibe. It makes me laugh because they all literally call me Coach Katie and it's just so strange to me, but hey, we get used to it. And I got that job actually through a friend. They were really needed people. I was like, yeah, I'll do it. So I'm currently like working in primary schools, but as the summer rolls around, it's going to be more camps, which I'm really excited for because camps are so fun. Anyway, so that's just kind of how I got my jobs. They were all very different experiences. So becoming a dance teacher, obviously it's an experience. It was very different for me because I was very used to being taught myself, and when you're teaching kids you strip it right back to the basics. So my first day of teaching was with the street dance school, and so street dance is not like out of my comfort zone, but it's not the style that I'm most comfortable with. My kind of approach was just to be confident, and I'm confident anyway, but be like overly confident. Well, not like overly confident that it's too much, but confident. I'm not making sense. So my first student that actually came was a little girl, and she was so cute. And it was her first day as well, and she was very nervous, and I was like, look, hey, it's my first day too, let's just do it together. But guys, I've discovered that when you're going to teach a class for the first time, that day is really just getting to know the kids and getting to know like the group vibe, their level, like their ability, kind of things that they like, things that they don't like, because in the end of the day, like, you're there for them. As time goes on and the more you get to know them, the more fun you can plan the class like, for them, because you know them better. Yes, I am making sense. So that's kind of like my Saturday street dance group class that I do. And then my contemporary dance class, I literally teach them 1 hour a week. Yeah, they're great. I actually don't really know what else to say about them. My first day, I can't really remember my first day with that group. I think it was good though. I don't know. And then my first day with the primary school kids, which literally was this Monday, was really good. So I'm working with a guy who's really good, he's great. This week I've just kind of be doing dance every single day with them because they needed something a bit different, he told me. So he does kind of like football and like all that sort of vibe, but I do more of like the dance and gymnastics vibe. But I tell you what, the day that we're gonna go onto the grounds and do some football, I'm just gonna let him take charge because I cannot do that. The next thing I want to talk about is actually how I plan my lessons. So I kind of split my classes into sections. So obviously the first section is warming up, so I play like a game warm up with them, and then I always do it in my classes some sort of like improvisation if I'm in contemporary, or in street I call it freestyle. I always just call it improvisation because obviously I'm a contemporary dancer, but I need to get used to calling it freestyle because street dancers are gonna kill me if I keep doing that. I always do like a task across the space if it's like some characterization or if it's some imagery work, because I think it's very important to teach the kids to just be comfortable and confident just going across the space, just doing whatever they want. I then go into teaching them a routine, because some kids will always favour one. Some kids will always love doing the freestyle because they just want to do whatever they want, and some kids will literally love doing the routines. I'll get them to perform it to each other because I think it's good for them to watch one another. Oh, actually, I forgot to say, how I actually start my lessons is I will always sit my kids down and ask them how they are, because I feel like it's very important to know what sort of vibe that everyone's on that day. But you don't really know like their situations and like what's happened that day. So I try and get the vibe. Once that's kind of out in the air, we can kind of put all that aside and just be like, okay, for this hour we're just going to focus and just do some dancing. And then I will always actually end the class by asking everyone if they had fun, what they enjoyed, what they didn't enjoy, just so then I actually know what they enjoyed, what they didn't enjoy. It helps me like plan the next lesson. Yeah, so I'm constantly learning with them. I guess the next question is what to expect if you want to become a teacher. And honestly, you can't really say what it's actually going to be like because the groups of kids are different. I guess all I can say is to just plan your lessons so then you don't feel uncomfortable if you feel like you don't know what to do with the kids while you're teaching, because that is the worst. But also just get to know the kids and get to know what they like and what they don't like. Obviously along the way you're going to have to deal with situations like kids crying and stuff. You do have to learn kind of on the job how to deal with that. I've kind of found my technique now, how to deal with that, but it's different with everyone and it doesn't work with every kid. And then to be fair, I don't think there's one kid that it hasn't worked on yet. Pros and cons. Obviously pros is that it's fun. It's really fun to just be working with kids if you like that. I mean, if you don't, maybe teaching's not for you. Oh, that's a big thing. Seeing improvement from a student that you've been like really working on and giving them corrections and stuff is so cool and just amazing, because you're kind of like, I did that. Like I showed them that. And also you get to kind of be a big kid again. Like you probably guys know by now that I'm like a big kid by heart. So I literally love it. It's like fun, it's like playtime for me. Cons, I would say, obviously not everyone's going to behave in the class. So obviously you have to try and deal with that. Sometimes you have to put your foot down so they listen, but it'll be fine. They'll get over it. The question that people keep asking me is, do I find teaching easy? And the answer is no, it's not easy. It can be hard, but it's fine, because if you enjoy being around kids, then you'll just enjoy the fun stuff that you do with them. It's a fulfilling job. And with my students as well, I'm not just teaching them dance, like I am trying to teach them to be better people as well. I'm trying to teach them to be more confident. Don't be afraid to be silly and just go outside the box. I'm trying to really better them as people. So yeah, I feel like that's it. All I can say is have fun. If you do have any other questions that I didn't think of, then just put it down below and I will answer them. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. When I first started off, like, so with this, okay, start again. What's it like? What's it like? And they're normally like, yeah, let's go. And I'm like, okay, let's go. I don't know what I'm doing, why am I yelling? If you like this video, please give it a like up. I knew she was coming. This is my sister.
Hi.
You're not gonna show your face?
No.
Love you, fun.
Okay, love you.
Bye, YouTube people. Subscribe, follow, like, comment.
What a mess. I have to go to work now.